Mystery exploration. Darkness. History. Darkest side.
When you finally realize time isn't real. What if I told you everything you believe about time is a lie? That the ticking of the clock on your wall, the rising of the sun, even the number of years you've lived, are nothing more than illusions. Pause for a moment. Feel your heartbeat. Notice your breath. You think these things are happening in time, but what if they're not? What if time itself doesn't exist the way we imagine? From the moment we're born, we're taught to worship time. We celebrate birthdays as if a number defines us. We chase deadlines, anniversaries, and calendars, believing they measure something real. But what if they don't measure life itself, only our desperate attempt to control it? Imagine this: the Earth spins, it orbits the sun, and shadows stretch and shrink across the ground. Ancient humans looked at these patterns and decided to name them. They carved sticks, watched the stars, and said, "This is time." But in truth, they weren't measuring time. They were only measuring movement. Think about it. What is a second? What is an hour? What is a year? They're nothing but agreements. Human inventions. We decided that when the Earth spins once, that's a day. When it spins around the sun, that's a year. But the universe never whispered these truths to us. The universe doesn't care. The stars don't tick like clocks. The galaxies don't count their years. Only we do. So, if time is just a story we tell ourselves, then here's the dark question: what does that mean for us? If time isn't real, do we really age? Or do we only decay, moment by moment, in a constant present that never ends? You see, scientists and philosophers argue about this endlessly. Einstein once said that the distinction between past, present, and future is nothing more than a stubborn illusion. And quantum physics only makes things stranger. In the quantum world, particles don't move through time like we think. Sometimes they seem to know the future before the future even happens. So maybe time is not a river flowing forward. Maybe it's a vast ocean, where every past, every present, every future already exists, all at once. Now let that sink in. If all time already exists, then your birth, your greatest joy, your worst heartbreak, even your death, have already happened somewhere in that ocean. You're just swimming through it, moment by moment, believing it's a straight line. But here's the haunting part: if time isn't real, then what are we? Who are we, if not creatures walking on a timeline? Look around your life. How much of your existence is controlled by time? You wake up because of the alarm clock. You rush because of the schedule. You fear getting older because of the calendar. Your entire sense of worth is tied to a number, your age. Without time, would you still fear wrinkles, birthdays, or death itself? Think about memory. You believe your past defines you. You replay it in your mind, like chapters in a book. But what if your past isn't behind you? What if it's still happening, right now, in some eternal present you can't see? And what about the future, the thing you worry about every day? What if the future isn't ahead of you, but already here, waiting, written, fixed? If that's true, then free will becomes a terrifying question. Are you really choosing what you do, or are you simply walking through the scenes of a script already written, thinking you're the author? Let's go even darker. Imagine you're not moving through time at all. Imagine you're frozen in one eternal moment. The illusion of movement, of progress, of change, it's just your mind flickering between frames, like an old film reel. If that's the case, then death isn't the end. Because in the timeless ocean, your birth still exists, your laughter still exists, every kiss, every smile, every tear, it's all still there, untouched, eternal. You never lose it. You never really leave it. But if everything exists forever, then so does every mistake. Every failure. Every heartbreak. Every tragedy. That is the beauty and the horror of a timeless universe. Nothing ever truly ends. Nothing ever truly begins. So ask yourself, why do you chase the clock? Why do you fear running out of time, when time itself might be the grandest illusion of all? Maybe what you call time is just the mind trying to make sense of change. Maybe your life isn't a line, but a painting, with every color already on the canvas. You're just noticing one detail at a time. And if that's true, then perhaps freedom doesn't come from controlling time, but from realizing you're already free of it. So, when you finally realize time isn't real, everything changes. Because you stop racing against the clock and start seeing the eternal moment you're already in. The only moment that has ever existed. The only moment that ever will.